Hello, this is Grandma, and we're reading a book called The Magic Moonlight Tree. It's the story of two gibbons. They're related to the monkey family. The Magic Moonlight Tree. Relax, close your eyes, and picture yourself in a steamy tropical jungle. This is the tale of two young gibbons called Ginger and Snap, who one day made a great discovery. Would you like to know what it was? Listen carefully to their story. Wow! Exclaimed Ginger. The two gibbons were staring up, open-mouthed, at an enormous tree, unlike anything they had seen before. The majestic tree stood on the edge of a deep ravine. Its leaves were vivid blue and shaped like stars, and its branches were heavy with shiny oval fruit and the color of silvery moon. Ginger reached up, and the fruit came free with a pop, and Ginger and Snap sniffed at it curiously. "Do you think it's poison?" asked Snap. "I don't know," said Ginger. "It smells delicious. I think we ought to take it to Queen Eka," Snap suggested. "She knows absolutely everything. She'll be able to tell us if it's safe to eat." Well, Queen Eka lived on a mountainside in a tree that was so tall it reached above the clouds. The wise queen gasped when Ginger and Snap gave her the mysterious fruit. "I've heard of this fruit. I don't know its name, but I do believe that once upon a time it grew everywhere in our land. Then the humans came. They ate all the fruit and chopped down all the trees to build houses." "That was selfish and very silly," said Ginger. "I'm afraid humans are not very smart," said Queen Eka sadly. She shared the fruit with Ginger and Snap. It was the most scrumptious food they have ever tasted. Queen Eka wanted to share this wonderful fruit with all her subjects. She asked Ginger and Snap to lead her and a large party of gibbons down to the extraordinary tree. When they reached it, Queen Eka solemnly hugged the tree and whispered, "We'll only take a little of your precious fruit now, and we'll spread the seeds throughout the forest. In that way, our family can flourish once again." The tree seemed to shake with delight as the gibbons clambered about the branches, gathering the silver fruit. Suddenly a trumpet blasted, and all the gibbons froze. The forest fell silent, and another trumpet blasted again, closer this time, mingled with the voice of a clip-clap-clop of horses. "Humans!" Queen Eka softly, "Everyone be still." The gibbons watched the procession led by King Barnabas pass right underneath the tree. Just then a fruit popped and dropped right in front of King Barnabas. He came to a halt. He looked down at the fruit and then up into the tree. He saw the frightened faces of the dozens of gibbons looking back at him. As the king and his men dismounted to investigate the fruit, the gibbons scrambled higher into the trees. "Can I eat it, or is it poisonous?" the king asked. The king's taster took a small nibble and bite and declared it as safe to eat and utterly delicious. "What a great day," proclaimed the king. "We have discovered a tasty new fruit and a tree full of gibbons. We shall eat well tonight. Set fires around the tree and smoke out the apes." His men went quickly to his bidding. Queen Eka had to act fast. She raced along a branch that hung out over a ravine, launched herself into the air, and flew across. As she landed on the other side, she grabbed a long vine attached to a nearby tree. She tied the noose around her waist, then threw herself across the ravine, only to find the fruit tree. But the vine was just a little too short, and Queen Eka could only catch the tip of the branch. She had to hold on tightly as Ginger and Snap ran to her aid. The other gibbons looked on horrified. Without a care of her own safety, Queen Eka called to Ginger and Snap. "Gather all the others quickly and use me as a bridge. Get them to safety. The humans will catch you," they cried. "Don't argue. Do what I say," ordered the queen. Ginger and Snap rushed back into the tree and instructed all the gibbons to escape. They climbed across the queen's back and along the vine to the safety of the other side of the ravine. All this time the queen's men were busy collecting more wood to add to the fires. When King Barnabas shouted out that the gibbons were escaping, his captain strung his bow and took aim at Queen Eka's heart. "Don't! Stop! Shoot!" ordered the king. "I want you to bring me that gibbon and treat her gently." The captain climbed into the tree and brought Queen Eka before the king. He expected her to quake in fear, but instead she smiled. "Why are you smiling?" asked King Barnabas. "My subjects are all free and safe. That's all that matters. If you want to be a good ruler, you must put the lives of others before your own." Well, King Barnabas was stunned by her words and bowed his head in respect. "You're a noble and selfish queen. You've taught me a great lesson today. I'm humbled." King Barnabas was moved in Queen Eka's selfishness behavior that he made a royal decree. "I hereby state that from this day forth, this tree and all the fruit are to be protected from harm." To celebrate, the humans and gibbons sat together around the tree and made a great feast. Queen Eka asked Ginger and Snap to present the king with seeds from the oval fruit so that they might grow their own trees. The king was so delighted he made another pronouncement. "The fruit which has no name we know of will be from this day called the Queen Eka fruit." All the king's men and all the gibbons, but especially Ginger and Snap, cheered very loudly indeed. Acting selflessly, in the interest of others, is one of the noblest things you can do. If you act out of a kind, considerate way, everyone around you will benefit. So acting selflessly in a manner in the interest of others is one of the most noblest things we can do. So if we act in a kind and considerate way, everyone around us will be at benefit. So we are supposed to act in a selflessly manner. I hope you like this story, little Lisa.